Hello. This is I guess, day one of my statue display project. Uh, I've got some new statues and I'm running out of space to put them. So I decided to just build a nice display. Um I couldn't really find anything that I liked at Home Depot, Lowe's, or IKEA, like I guess the typical places where people go look for pieces to build their display. I had a couple of requirements that I really need to kind of met for this project. First one was the size. A lot of the shelves that I saw, like on Home Depot, Lowe's, or IKEA, or whatever, they're not wide enough. My first requirement was like I wanted something that was like 10 feet wide. I also wanted something that will allow me to adjust the shelves, like the height, uh, just in case I decide to get bigger statues or taller statues. I will be able to adjust the height or even add shelves later if I needed to. Um, I also wanted something very strong, so that kind of ruled out IKEA. Most of the stuff I saw in IKEA. I had furniture from IKEA before, some bookshelves. They're good for a couple of statues or action figures. But when we're talking about something that's 10 feet wide and you want something that's going to be really strong long term, I couldn't really find anything there that I really liked. Um, and speaking of that, that's one of the reasons I decided to use the material that I'm using here. I wanted a metal frame. Um, and what I use is something called Unistrut or Superstrut. You can find them at Home Depot or Lowe's. We usually use this for like electrical panels, transfer switches to mount that kind of heavy equipment. Um, and it's very strong. It's very easy to cut and customize, for what you're trying to do. So that's the main reason I use this. They don't come in black, and I'll put some pictures on the side of like, the first step that I did was to paint this. And the reason I painted them is because I wasn't sure if I needed to really paint them or not. So if I'm not sure, I'll go ahead and just paint them because it's a lot easier to paint them in the beginning than to, after you assemble everything, try to paint them later. Um, I'm gonna follow the same design of my other project there for the TV. Some black parts, like I use speaker fabric to kind of cover the PS4 and the receiver. And then for those shelves, I use the white, off-white color trims. And that's basically what I'm gonna try to do here. I'm not 100% sure yet. So I just painted the Unistruts black for now. And just do a close up so you can see how things are mounted. And like I said, see how you can adjust the heights later, the way you want it. The bottom piece there, I use a 2x6 because I don't want the metal sitting on the ground. The wood, I kind of shaved it around and sanded it a little bit to make it easy to slide on the floor if you need to move it like a couple inches here and there. The other requirement that I had for my display was I wanted the shelves to be like about 30 inches each, 30 to 35. So there'll be like two shelves there. But the other requirement that I had is that would be something that I could, I won't say easily, but that I could disassemble later. If I decide to move somewhere, I'll just, disassemble the whole thing and take it with me. You could do that with wood, I guess, but sometimes when you're trying to build something this strong to, I guess, each statue varies in size and weight, but I'd say, let's say 20, 30 pounds each, 10 on the bottom, 10 on the top. We're talking about hundreds of pounds. So you want something really strong. So that's one of the reasons I decided to go this way. Again, this is the first video, and I'm gonna post the videos as I guess finish each stage of the project. And then once everything is done, I'll show the whole thing, and I'll put another video together showing the whole project quickly. But yeah, that's the first day, first couple steps. Again, it's not gonna be all metal. The plan here is just to use the metal for the structure, the frame of the display. And then I'll use plywood, some finished plywood, and some even 2x4s and some nice trims to give that wood look finish to it, not just the metal look. And again, I'll put the part descriptions, part information on the description below, so you can see the material I'm using. Most of the stuff you can get at Lowe's and Home Depot. The unit struts, they're about 10 feet long, and they're about like 15 to 20 bucks each, depending on where you buy. Some of the other stuff I'll usually buy on Amazon, so I'll put the links below. The plan here is also to put like a glass, sliding glass doors on it. So that will be my next step. But for now, I just need to finish the frame, and I'll do another video. So I'm gonna pause for now and show you the updates later. Thank you. Bye. Hello. This is day 2 of my statue display project. I'm only doing a little bit each week, usually on the weekends. So I'll just go over a couple of things that I've done today. As you can see, there's a 2x3 on top, and I added the other unit struts for the shelves and the top. There's one that goes across the back that's flush to the wall, and that's the one right there. And that's for securing the whole thing to the wall, to a stud if you need to. This is a earthquake area, so I'll go ahead and do it that way. I also did the wood support at the bottom. As you can see, it's just a couple of pieces of 2x4 and some metal brackets. I'll show you this side here. So I just decided to take this video now before I put the shelves in the plywood. And a quick look at the top here. And at the top is also a unit strut and a 2x3 attached to it. The reason for that, if I decide to go with the glass doors, the glass sliding doors, I need the extra support, and I want the wood to make it easy to drill the parts for the frame. So that's about it. I'll pause here and I'll put the shelves and cut the shelves to match the metal frame, and I'll continue. Well, I cut the plywood. Again, The display is 10 feet wide and the plywood is 8 feet, so I had to, I'll show you, cut a end piece there to put at the end. And it's not going to be noticeable once the project is done. And the top piece is still missing the 2-foot piece. And the plywood I got at Home Depot. Let me show you. It's a pine plywood. It has a pretty nice finish. It's pretty thick and strong. It was on sale, so that's the main reason I got it. I don't really need a pine finish on it, but it's just nice to have it. So that's it for day 2 of the project. As you can see, I have some trims here. I had to paint the other trims so I can install them hopefully on day 3 of the project. So that's it for now. I'll go do some painting, and once the trims are ready, I'll start measuring and cutting them. Thank you. Bye. Hello. So I think this is day 3 of my statue display project. As you can see, I already put some boards on the side. I cut the trims. So let me show. This is the top trim that I just painted. It's gonna go all the way on top. On the top of the couch, those are the front trims. This piece of wood here, it's gonna be for the lower drawers. I guess the good thing about doing a custom project like this is, like, as you start building it, you change your mind. I guess you'll adjust everything accordingly. As I started out, my plan was to paint all the inside black, but then the wife wants everything white, so I had to make some changes. I'm still glad that I paint all the Unistruts black, because they do look a lot nicer black instead of the regular metal look. So let's take a closer look here. So as I said before, I want this to be like something I can take it apart later, but still very strong to hold, hundreds of pounds of statues. So as far as the shelves there on the bottom, I built that I guess modules. I guess that I can just with a couple of screws remove them, and this is gonna be the drawer. That's gonna. Well, I still have to build it, but it's going to be right there. Will be 2 48-inch ones. In the middle, whatever space I have that in the middle, that's what's going to be. That gives me enough space to put some of the statue pieces, some of the comics, or whatever I want to put in there. So let's go back here. You can see I still have the Unistrut, but I reinforced with some of the wood. That wood just helps me put everything together as far as the plywood here on the side, and screw everything together. Here I put some trims to kind of hide the Unistrut on the sides, so I don't have it like that. Not that it looks that bad. I mean, it does look pretty nice, just the Unistrut with the white plywood, and then the trim on top. Well, the 2x3 on top, where I'm gonna attach the trim. So here for the sides, I had to just cut a 2x4 like this one, paint it, and that's let me see, almost dropped it, and that's gonna go kind of there to hide it. So you kind of cut a, that's a piece that I did there. And here is just a trim that I put on the side. You can see all those unistruts are here. Basically, if you're familiar with the unistruts, that's not how you're supposed to put the angle brackets sideways like this. It's usually you have it down, holding like that. But because I wanted this unistrut sideways like this, I chose to do it that way. The only problem with that is that you do have to reinforce the bottom. Usually they're supposed to be like this, or the other way around. And like I was saying, same thing with those sliders there. They're supposed to be mounted on the side, but if you do it under mount like that, it will still work, but you just have to be careful how you install it. Yeah, I mounted these pieces here for support, and that's about it. Let me pause here. Okay, there's a different look now, different view. As I mentioned before, the plywood is 8 feet long, so I had to cut a piece like this to put at the end to make the whole thing 10 feet. One more thing, this is the paint that I use for the unistruts, very good. And the Loctite is the glue that I use for some of the wood. I actually didn't use that much, just used for that section there. But I also have screws on it as well. So one final look. Again, I'm gonna start putting the trims on the sides. But before I do that, I have to finish the drawers. So that will be my next step. Is finish the drawers on the bottom. And then I'll start putting the other trims. Okay, that's it for now. And again, I believe this is day 3 of the project. I'm kind of losing track of the days here because I only do a little bit each week. And a lot of times I go back and forth between here and Home Depot or Lowe's. So okay, so that's what it looks like right now. And okay, thank you. Hello. Quick update. This is basically day 5 of the project. And I kind of made a mistake. That trim on top, that's actually a crown molding piece that I thought was gonna look nice, but I don't really like it. It doesn't look right, it doesn't look good. So I decided to go back and just buy a different trim. It's just a flat board that I'm painting right now. And I'm gonna replace it, that one at the top. It's a little bit bigger and it's flat. I just don't like the way this one looks. Another update is the drawers and the baseboard down there. There's just a matter of painting and stapling them there. I also bought on eBay those handles. It's pretty simple. That's what it looks like. This is for the middle one. And I also started playing around with the Lazy Susans, different styles, and see what I'm gonna go with. Um, as far as the display here, I'm still working on the top part, but I was hoping to be done with the trims by now, but I'm gonna change that one on the top. Let me go in this way so you can see everything. And I also bought some LED lights with some motion sensors. If you watch my other videos, you've probably seen them before. And I actually bought 2 sets, but I just installed one just to try and see what it looks like, see how much more I need. So that's it for now. I guess I'm gonna just replace the trim and finishing the drawers there, installing the handles, and I'll move on to the next part of the project. Again, just another quick look from a different angle. It's a pretty big piece, ended up being a little bit over 10 feet wide. As you can see, the lights just went off, but it has a motion sensor. I'll go ahead and just show you here. So you can see it's hidden down there, and I put a magnet to hold it. That's how I have it for now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it that way. I need to install the other one as well. So okay, just another quick update on this project. And once I install the new trims, I'll take another video. Thanks again. See you next time. Hello, I'm back. So this is day 6 of my statue display project. And as you can see, the biggest difference now is the trim at the top. I also finished installing the handles at the bottom of the there for the drawers, and I also finished the LED lights at the bottom. The ones at the top are installed, but they're not connected yet. So let's take a look at it from a different angle. You can see it better. It's pretty big. It's about a little bit over 10 feet wide. And as you can see there too, I just got a new statue. Oh, the light went off. And that's the Prime 1 Venom. And I put it there so you can get well, first of all, I just did a review on it. But so you can see like as far as the size comparison. And that's the reason I built the display like that, so I can also fit some larger statues. And the Venom statue is pretty big. It's about 32 inches in height. The trim at the top, yeah, removed the crown molding and installed just a flat piece that's a little bit wider. To me, it looks much better. I had to stop the project just because, well, one of the main items I needed to buy, they don't have at Home Depot right now. Is the carpet that I'm gonna put at the top there, each shelf, I guess. It's the same carpet I used on my, if you see my other video, for the comic books, the storage video I did, that I put inside the drawers. It's just a black thin carpet. It looks pretty nice, and I was planning to install there, but I stopped by Home Depot. They still don't have it. So let's take a closer look here. I moved the light sensor to that corner. I mean, I'm pretty much done. Once I put the carpet, I'll push the unit against the wall. Right now it's a little bit off the wall, just because I had to do some work on the back. Oh, by the way, this is the carpet I was talking about. It's a good look at it. Actually, I don't know if I showed this piece before. I finished the top. I just put a piece there of plywood, and I put some texture on it. I don't know if you can see. It's not a popcorn ceiling, but it's just like a sanded, I guess a sand finish. This should look a little bit different. I'm still running the LED lights. They're gonna go over here. The one at the top is already installed back there. And I installed the other one back here and at the top here. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. As you can see, it fits the larger statues. It took a little bit longer than I thought, just because of like running to Home Depot and back to get some parts, and sometimes they didn't have some of the parts. But right now, it's pretty much done. And once I get the carpet, it will be completely done. I also finished the turntables or Lazy Susans. I just did one. This one I put a metal trim there on the bottom. Just to make the lizard look a little bit taller, I guess. To match the Venom. I still need to do a few more. One for the Electro and the Mysterio and the other pieces I have. I just didn't want to put all of them down here right now because I still have to install the carpet. But once it's done, the display should be complete. So well, I guess I can go ahead and post this video now. Just put the other days together and I'll upload it. And once I get the carpet and everything done and the statues there, I'll do another final video. So that's it for now. As far as the statue reviews in my comic book room and all that, is just look at the other videos. That's all I have for now. And hopefully I can finish this soon. Thanks again. Bye. So this is, I guess, the final look of the statue display I'm building. It's not completely done, but it's mostly done. So I thought it would be a good time to just put this final section of the video together so I can finally upload the total complete video. So well, let's stand back here, take a quick look from this side. So a couple changes. I added the carpet that I've been waiting for from Home Depot, the black carpet on each of those shelves. I also got a Spiderman movie poster that I had for the last, 10 years, 12 years, and put it to good use. The bottom part I'll probably install later. I also finished up the LED lights on top. It has a motion sensor, so as I walk closer, the lights should come on. As you can see. There's plenty of space there for probably another 4, 5, maybe 6 statues. Some statues I had to, like a scorpion. I created this rock section here with a piece of wood, and it goes on the back, so I can screw to the shelf so it doesn't tip over in an earthquake or something like that. I also did one for the lizard, just to look a little bit nicer. And this is the drawers, plenty of space there for some comic books, some statue parts. They're about 4 feet wide. So yeah, that's about it for now. I'm sure I'm gonna add a couple more things and a couple more statues soon. I think the next one I should be receiving is the Kingpin. So, well, that's it for now. I'll do a room tour later if you want to see the other statues in the comic book room. But for now, that's it. As usual, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, just write below and I'll try to get back to it as soon as possible. Again, thank you. Bye.